Welcome, space explorers and curious minds, to a rather morbid yet fascinating expedition through our cosmic neighborhood. Today we're diving headfirst into the ultimate what if. What happens to the human body after death on other planets? Buckle up as we journey from the blistering surface of Venus to the icy plains of Pluto, uncovering the bizarre and often terrifying fates that await us. Let's get this cosmic autopsy started. Our first stop is Mercury, a planet of extremes. Imagine being stranded here, no spacesuit, no oxygen. You'd suffocate within seconds. No final breaths, just sudden silence. Daytime temperatures soar past 800 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. Your body would turn to dust. Nights are no better. Temperatures drop to minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. No escaping the extremes on this desolate world. Next, we venture to Venus, our nearest planetary neighbor. Don't let its beauty fool you. Venus is a true temptress, cloaked in a thick, toxic atmosphere. Here the greenhouse effect has gone haywire, trapping heat and turning the planet into a furnace. Imagine stepping onto its surface. The air is thick, heavy, and hot enough to melt lead. You wouldn't even have time to scream before your body is vaporized. That's right, vaporized. The intense heat and pressure would turn you into a wisp of smoke, lost forever in Venus's swirling, toxic atmosphere. It's a quick, clean, and utterly terrifying way to go. Talk about a true death trap. Now let's return to familiar territory. Earth, our home sweet home. Here death, while still a somber affair, follows a more, shall we say, natural course. Our bodies, once vessels of life, become part of the grand cycle of decomposition. Microorganisms, those tiny yet mighty creatures we can't see, get to work breaking down tissues, organs and bones. It's a slow, steady process influenced by factors like temperature, humidity, and even the presence of insects. Over time, your body returns to the earth, providing nutrients for new life to flourish. It's a beautiful, albeit slightly morbid reminder that even in death, we are connected to the natural world around us. Next stop, we're off to the red planet, Mars, a world that has captivated our imaginations for centuries. Now, Mars is a cold, dry desert with a thin atmosphere that offers little protection from the harsh elements. If you were to meet your end on this alien world, your body would undergo a fascinating transformation. The lack of moisture and the freezing temperatures would essentially freeze dry your remains, creating a naturally mummified version of yourself. Imagine that, preserved for eons, a silent testament to humanity's reach into the cosmos. Your mummified remains could potentially outlast any human artifact on Earth. A chilling thought indeed. Hold on tight as we journey to Jupiter, the king of our solar system. Jupiter is a gas giant with no solid surface. It's a swirling vortex of gas and storms. Falling into Jupiter's atmosphere would be terrifying. The pressure would crush you. The heat would incinerate you. A quick, violent end by Jupiter's immense power. Next, we set our sights on Saturn, the ring jewel of our solar system. Like Jupiter, Saturn is a gas giant with no solid surface, but what it lacks in terra firma, it more than makes up for with its stunning rings, made up of countless particles of ice and rock. Now, imagine plummeting through Saturn's atmosphere. The pressure, the heat, it would be eerily similar to Jupiter, a crushing, incinerating descent into oblivion. Your body would be torn apart, vaporized by the intense heat and pressure. But here's a thought. Some of your atoms might just end up becoming part of those iconic rings. A morbid yet strangely poetic end. Chapter 7. Uranus, frozen in an icy tomb. Prepare for a chilly reception as we arrive at Uranus, the ice giant. This planet is far from hospitable, with temperatures plummeting to minus 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's so cold that the air itself would freeze you solid in an instant. But here's the kicker. You wouldn't decompose. Instead, you'd be preserved in a state of perpetual ice sculpture, a testament to the extreme conditions of this distant world. Imagine being found millions of years from now, a perfectly preserved human popsicle, a chilling relic of a bygone age. Chapter 8. Neptune swept away by supersonic winds. Hold on to your hats as we venture to Neptune, the windiest planet in our solar system. Neptune is a world of extremes with supersonic winds that can reach over 1,000 miles per hour. If you were to find yourself on this blustery world, you'd be swept away in an instant, tossed around like a rag doll in a hurricane. The intense cold would freeze you solid, and the winds would carry your frozen body across the planet's surface at breakneck speeds. Talk about a wild ride! Chapter 9. Pluto, a frozen time capsule. Finally, we arrive at Pluto, the dwarf planet that captured our hearts. Pluto is a world of ice and rock, locked in a deep freeze. The surface temperature is minus 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Your body would freeze solid almost instantly. Pluto's thin atmosphere means little decomposition. You'd be preserved in a pristine state, a frozen time capsule, a whisper in the farthest reaches of our solar system. Outro: Death Among the Stars. As we conclude our cosmic journey through death and decomposition, one thing is abundantly clear. The universe is a vast, unforgiving, and often downright terrifying place. From being vaporized in the blink of an eye to being frozen solid for millennia, the ways in which our bodies might meet their end on other planets are as diverse as the planets themselves. It's a stark reminder of just how precious, how fragile, and how utterly unique life on Earth truly is. And while this exploration has been a tad on the morbid side, remember, it's all in good fun. After all, we're all just stardust in the grand scheme of things, right?